Hello everyone and welcome to this week's video tutorial, which will be a continuation of the previous board. We will be doing the central cannon with foul and rank chariots versus the screenhouse defense with the double-headed snake pawns. In the previous variation, we were discussing about the 4-pawn rendezvous situation, which was very complicated. And today we'll be introducing another variation whereby Black will be advancing his horse to the riverbank. Again, special thanks to be given to Master Xiangqi and Grandmaster Xiangqi for allowing me to use their material to produce this video. So without further ado, let's begin. Central cannon, foul chariot, red advances the chariot across the river, screenhouse defense, and red develops the left horse as a proper horse, the double-headed snake pawns, the rank chariot. Black dislodges the red chariot, forcing it to retreat to the riverbank, consolidating the defense. And as mentioned earlier in the previous board, p3 plus 1 is the modern way of playing this variation. And this would be the discussion position of discussion for this board. Now, instead of Black would move his horse to the riverbank instead of protecting it, etc. with, let's say, h8, sorry, instead of moving it over here. Now, this is a no-nonsense counter, and this would be also a lively and proactive approach by red to this position. Now, faced with this position, there are two main variations. One would be p7 plus 1, and the other will be r9 equals to 4. Now, before we continue, we must understand that it would not be a good idea for red to play r3 equals to 4, because black would immediately prepare to sacrifice his horse to try to mount an attack on this flank. Let's say red moved the elephant to the riverbank. Black would immediately protect his chariot, protect his horse with this chariot, and red would not have gained anything for his efforts. So black would now have a very nice position going on. So variation A, p7 plus 1. Red offers a trade of pawns, which black accepts, and now after at the 11th ply, red would have cleared both pawns, and both his horses are also now available for attack. Now, one obvious target for black would be to attack this flank over here. Now, at this point in time, red would not play very passively by moving his elephant. Instead, he would play very aggressively with r9 equals to 4. Now, at this point in time, black would protect the horse in this manner. It is inappropriate to play c7 plus 7 or capture the elephant, because, say, if c7 plus 7, after delivering a check, now black would inevitably lose material. Now, let's say check, and as can be seen, if the cannon captured the chariot, the horse would capture the black chariot in retaliation. So black would inevitably lose material, and red would have nothing to be worried about losing the elephant. So h3 plus 4. Black would now, both colors are still fighting it along the riverbank. With h3 plus 4, the elephant will not be captured, and red will be attacking the chariot that had just come. So black would move his chariot to safety. Again, black would be prepared to sacrifice his elephant, threatening to capture the chariot. Then now, black would be forced to move his chariot to safety again. Obviously, retreating the chariot would mean losing the horse, and if the chariot moves over here, red will simply play c8 +1 to dislodge the chariot. So at this point in time, black would now be attacking the horse. Now, if let's say if both colors chose to repeat their moves, according to the rules in China, this would be a draw because both colors would be attacking a piece, and if neither color would wish to change their moves, it would be a draw. So red would advance the cannon to protect the horse and be prepared to play c5 equals to 2 to capture the black chariot. So how should black reply? The answer would be to play a4 +5. Now this would be a move to consolidate the defense. It would not be a good idea to play c7 equals to 6 to attack the chariot because red will simply move the chariot to safety. Black could offer a trade of chariots. And at this point in time, black would still be able to still be in contention. So c7 equals to 6 is also viable. a4 +5 it was the variation that was discussed in the main line. So c5 equals to 2. Now black would go for a trade of material, capturing the chariot. Now red would use his king to help out, prevent the check. After black would sacrifice the horse, black would now maneuver his chariot to safety. To attack the red cannon. Check, and black could have more opportunities for different tactical combinations, especially when the king is still stranded at this position. So although black had lost a piece, he can be very satisfied with this position. So this would be variation A, p7 +1. In variation B, r9 equals to 4 was played, whereby red would use his chariot to target the black horse. c2 +1 to protect the horse, and red would then move his chariot to pin the black cannon and chariot to the same file. Now, black would be placed in a predicament, but at this point in time, it would be sound for black to consolidate his defense. Now, this was actually one of the older ways of playing the position, and at one point in time, it was abandoned, but improved analysis of the situation suggested that this was a viable move after all. But in this variation, one key tactical theme would be black preparing to sacrifice material. Now, another choice for black would be to play r1 +1. So if r1 +1 were played, red would offer a trade of pawns, and black will link his chariots up and protect his horse in this manner. Now, black would be prepared to play c8 equals to 6 to sacrifice material as part of his tactical combinations. Although red would still have a slight initiative, but black can put up a very good fight and red cannot let his guard down. But obviously, this variation involves sacrificing a horse. So usually a4 +5 is played. Now red would be prepared to trade material, and black would accept. Now, c2 -1 would not be a good idea. The main reason for this move would be that black was prepared to play h4 -2 to attack both chariots, because red would move the chariot away. And after trading material, all of the red pieces would now have open lines for development, and red would have the initiative. So black accepted the pawn trade. Red captured the black pawn. black develops the chariot, and at this point in time, red would use a similar tactic from the previous spot by retreating his cannon to the third rank. Now, would capturing the horse be a good, or accepting the sacrifice by black be a good idea? The answer would be no, because now black would have a very powerful attack on this flank. The chariot is already out, and this red chariot would need at least 1 or 2 moves to be able to defend this rather weak section. And although red had gained the material, the losses that might be incurred when in this situation would be horrible. So c2 minus 3 to retreat. Black will now attack the horse, and black would offer a trade of material. Now, traversing the cannon, this is also, as mentioned earlier, one of the main ways that black could play this position to sacrifice material. Now, r4 plus 7 was not a good idea, because red would offer a trade of material by simply pushing his horse to the riverbank, and hence the earlier move of c8 minus 1 will now seem to be appropriate. Black would try to target the elephant, but again red would move his cannon to offer a trade of material. Both colors will be attacking, but red would have the initiative. Again, in this complicated situation, that is why r4 plus 7 to attack the horse is not a good idea. After trade on material, black would now attack mercilessly, and red would counter fight fire with fire with this move. Now, this would be a very proactive approach if a player opted for a more steadfast approach. He could play r2 minus 4, retreating to the horse, move the horse to elephant's eye out to the cross riverbank here to threaten and protect the horse, and retreat the chariot to safety. Now, black would claim back lost material, and it would be a calm situation at this point in time. Now, c8 equals to 4 would be the more proactive approach, whereby material is traded. At this point in time, red would have the material advantage 1, 2, 3, 4, but black would have a blistering attack on red's left flank. So basically, this would be considered to be an even situation. Now, red would have to defend, and black must try a way to crack open red's defense as fast as possible. Now, in a short recap as black. Okay, start central cannon, pawn, double-headed snake pawns, red's fowler rank chariots, dislodging the chariot, prophylactic move, p3 plus 1 to trade material, and h7 plus 6. Now, in variation A, p7 plus 1 was played. Black will start attacking this flank. Red will choose to trade material, and black will protect the horse instead of capturing the elephant. Red advances the cannon to protect the horse. Black goes for a trade of chariots. Red tries to use the king to gain material. Check, but although black had lost material, he was compensated with an attack. So black has more opportunities for different tactical combinations. Variation B, r9 equals to 4 to target the horse. Protecting the horse. Trading pawns. And red will now retreat the cannon in this rather implicit move. Trade of material. Now red will gain a piece in the process, but his left flank was now under heavy attack. So again, black will be attacking this flank at the loss of a piece. Red will gain a piece, but he will have to find a way to neutralize black's attack over here. So in variation A, in both variations, black was not hesitant at all to sacrifice material, and both counters are rather similar in nature. So we can draw the conclusion that if black played h7 plus 6, he must be prepared to sacrifice material and to have a playable game ahead. So again, I thank you for your patience, and if you like the work that I've been doing, please do subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up for this video. Thank you.